Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much.
Join us at Like Learning School and experience a transformative education journey. Visit our website at www.likelearningschool.com or contact us at +234 808 509 5144 to learn more and get started today.
This is about triangles and straight lines. Certain theorems we use in solving triangles and straight lines. So I will start with this. So I can call that triangles and straight lines. Let me zoom in properly so that we have enough space. Triangles and lines in geometry. All right. So let's start with certain theorems. So I can call this one theorem 1. Triangles, angles. Okay, let me say angles, triangles, and lines. Theorem 1. The sum of the angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. The sum of the angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. This is what I mean. If we have a triangle like this, I think I can bring up a triangle from, where is the shape? This is, okay, these are shapes. If I have a triangle like this, with sides maybe A, B, and C. All the sides, when you add them, the angles inside the triangle, when you add them, you get 180 degrees. So the sum of the angles in a triangle, inside a triangle, is equal to 180 degrees. So A plus B plus C must give you 180 degrees. Let's look at another theorem. Theorem 2. By the way, what it means is if all the sides are 180 degree, add up to 180 degree. If we have A, for instance, and B, and then we need to look for C, we can just add up A and B and subtract the answer of the two from 180, because A plus B plus C must give you 180. So for instance, if A is 30 degrees and B is, assuming B is 80 degrees, we can easily find what C will be, because 30 plus 80 is already 110. So the remaining one to make it 180 will be C. In other words, C will be 180 minus that 110, which is 30 and 80. So C will be 70 in that case. C will be 70 degrees. So theorem 2, the adjacent angles in a triangle, adjacent angles on a line in a straight line sum up to 180 degrees. So adjacent angles means if you have a line, for instance, we have this line, all the angles that meet at a point coming out from this same point, all the angles formed, are adjacent. In other words, they are side by side. So this angle, this angle, this angle are all on this same straight line. So the adjacent angles in a straight line sum up to 180 degrees, or on a straight line. Let me use the word on a straight line. If this one is A and this one is B and this one is C, like we gave in the other case, all of them must sum up to 180 degrees. But they must all meet at a point for that to happen. These all meeting at a point, forming angle A, angle B, and angle C. So A plus B plus C must give you 180. In that case, if we know A and B, for instance, we can easily get C, whether they are two angles on the same point or three angles. When you add the angles, it will give you 180, or four angles, or how many angles. So long as they are meeting at this point on a straight line, they will add up to 180. So let's look at another theorem I can call Theorem 4, Theorem 3. Theorem 3, the sum of the angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. By the way, a quadrilateral is any shape with four sides. So I will just write quadrilateral or four-sided shape. Examples of four-sided shapes are rectangles. Okay, let me write it in bracket. Four-sided plane shape. Four-sided plane shape is a quadrilateral. So the sum of the angles in a quadrilateral is 180 degrees. 360 degrees, actually 360 degrees. When they add up, it must give you 360 degrees. Quadrilaterals are plane shapes with four sides, like a rectangle, a parallelogram, a trapezium, and all that. So if we have a trapezium, for instance, like this, it has four sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. A rectangle also has four sides. A parallelogram, a square, a rhombus, they all have four sides. So the angles must sum up to 180, must sum up to 360. A plus B plus C and plus D, or the four angles, must give us 180. So A plus B plus C must give us 180. A plus B plus C plus D must give 360 degrees. So if we know A, B, and C, we can easily get D. Because we said 360 minus A minus B minus C, or we add up A, B, and C together and subtract it from 360. The remaining thing must be D. Alright, I can call this Theorem 3. Theorem 3 is about, I've done Theorem, let me see where I am. This is Theorem 3, so this should be Theorem 4. The sum of angles at a point is 360 degrees. When you add up all the angles at a point, it must give you 360 degrees. An example is this. If this is a point and lines are coming out from the point, different lines coming out from the point, different lines coming out from the point like this. I can even have another one. So long as they are all coming out from this point, all the angles formed there, like this angle, this angle, this angle, and this angle must add up to give you 180 degrees. We must add up to give you 360 degrees. So let me use A, B, C, D. When you add A to B to C to D, you must get 360 degrees. So A plus B plus C plus D must give us 360 degrees. So if we know what A, B, and then C are, we can easily get D. Now we need to talk about some types of triangles. There's certain special types of triangles. Because the different types of triangles have different properties that we're going to look at. So types of triangles. Triangles. We have one equilateral triangle. Equilateral, talking about equal lines. Equilateral triangles or equilateral triangle. All the sides are equal for an equilateral triangle. You know, something like this, with all the sides equal. You know, now this is how we can show that all the sides are equal. If you see markings like this, marking like this, and marking like this, it shows that all the sides are equal. So if, for instance, this side is 6 centimeter, this side is also 6 centimeter, this place is also 6 centimeter. You know, this side is also 6 centimeters. Now, what it means is all the angles will also be equal. This is angle X, this will be angle X, this will be angle X, because the sides are equal. So the value of one angle can be found. Since X, X, and X are inside a triangle, they will give you 360 degrees, or 180 degrees. Sum of angles in a triangle, 180 degrees. That's X plus X plus X, or 3X must be 180 degrees. So 3X must be 180 degrees. And that gives us X must be equal to 60 degrees. The angle in an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees, always, which is one of the angles. Since they are all equal, the angles are all equal, the sides are also all equal. That's for equilateral triangle. Equilateral, equal line. A triangle that all the lines are equal, a three-sided shape. And I showed you how to represent the equal lines. Okay, we can look at another type of triangle. I can call triangle 2 isosceles. Triangle. Pardon the mistake in the spelling if it is not correct. Isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle, only two sides are equal, like this. You know, only two sides. And this is how we represent it. You can see a stroke here and a stroke here, showing that only the two sides are equal. So for instance, this might be 5 centimeter, this will also be 5 centimeter, but this side may have a different value, like 6 centimeters. So only two sides, this side and this side, are equal. This side and this side are equal. This side and this side are equal. You trace down the angles they form at the base. Let's call here A and call here B. The two sides of an isosceles triangle are equal. Also, their base angles are equal. The two sides are only this one in green, 5 and 5. Their base angles are also equal. In other words, A is equal to B. Their base angles, A and B, are equal. Now, assuming one of the angles is given, like this place is given as 80 degrees, we can easily find what A and B are. Because the entire thing must give you 180. A plus B plus 80 must give you 180. So let's even know what is remaining after we take out the 80 degrees and know what is left for A and B. Remember, everything must give us 180. So we say 180 minus 80, which is the one left, and that would be 100. 100 degrees. And we know there are two angles sharing it, A and B. So A is equal to B, or B is equal to A. Both of them have equal values. So they will just share the 100 degrees. So that gives us A equal to B, which is equal to 100 over 2, or 50 degrees. Okay, we have another we call scalene. All the sides in a scalene are no side is equal to the other. So I will just introduce this scalene. Scalene no side and no angle is equal to each other. No sides and no angles. No angles are equal. No sides and no angles are equal in a scalene. All of the angles and the sides have different values, but they will still sum up to 180. You know, if I could sketch it, I would have used something like this. All the sides are not equal, but I think this doesn't give a good representation. Let me put up a sketch instead. Maybe this and this and this. This is a scalene. No side is equal to each other. If I give this one 6 centimeter, and give this one 2 centimeter, and give this one 7 centimeter, all the sides are different. So it's a scalene. So the angles will also be different. The angle here, the angle here, and the angle here will all be different. Now, I want us to look at the different types of angles before we move forward. Different types of angles. We have types of angles. Have a acute. Acute is less than 90, from 0 less than 90 degrees, like 89, 71, they are all acute angles. So long as they are less than 90, positive, all in whole number, all angles, positive angles less than 90 degrees are acute. So B we have obtuse. Obtuse is less than 180. degrees, but greater than 90. Any angle that is greater than 90 but less than 180, like 91, 170, so long as it's greater than 90 but it's less than 180, it's an obtuse angle. Just like this acute is any angle less than 90, like 80, 70, obtuse angle. Okay, let's look at another one. Reflex. For reflex is less than 360. But greater than 180 degrees. That's reflex. Anything less than 360 but greater than 180 is a reflex angle, like 200 degrees, 185 degrees. They are all reflex angles. And of course, we know angle on a straight line or right. Let's even talk about right angle. Right angle means 90 degrees, is it not? Okay. You know. So, with this understanding, we can look at a few more things and then we attempt some questions. Now, let's look at parallel lines. Parallel lines, for instance, if we have this line, another blue line, all running in such a way that they will never meet on both ends, we say they are parallel, because they will never meet on both ends. If you make here longer, it will never meet. If you make here longer, they will never meet. So they are parallel lines. Now compare it with this line. This one, these two blue lines are not parallel because when you continue, they will eventually meet. Or sometimes if you continue backward, if they will eventually meet, so they are not parallel. So when you have a parallel line or two parallel lines, and you have what we call a transversal cutting across them, certain angles, important angles are formed. So we name them. Now this angle, I'm going to just letter them. This angle, this angle, and this angle. Now see the way I'm doing that. Assuming one has the red and another person has the blue line. On the side of the red, this yellow is corresponding to this yellow. This black is corresponding to this black. Blue with blue. Green with green. So whichever side we pick for the top, we can pick the same top side for the bottom. Side left hand top for the red one. This one is also left hand top for the blue one. So if they have values like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, these two lines, the blue and the red, are parallel lines. So we can identify the angles that are equal. So I said A is equal to, if I pick A, you pick E from your own. A is equal to E, then B is equal to F. See the top on this side, the top on this side, so B is equal to F. Then C is equal to G. C will be equal to G, and D will be equal to H. D is equal to H. This D is equal to this H. Okay, so they are all called corresponding angles. So let me label them. These are called corresponding angles or F angles. Corresponding or F angles. You know, they form an F. If it forms an F, I can illustrate that with a black line. If I draw a line like this, I draw a line like this, I draw a line like this, it's already forming an F. The black line is an F. See it? If you also draw it on this side, it forms something that looks like an F. So this is an F angle. It forms an F. Below this one, C is below this one, G. Above it, B is above it, F. So corresponding or F angles are equal. So corresponding angles. If we don't want to look at corresponding angles, the other angles that are equal, we call them alternate angles. Alternate angles. Alternate angles are only considered for the interior angles, not the external ones, not the ones that are facing out. The ones that are inside, like here, only here. This is where you can see the alternate angles. And as the name implies, it goes alternate. It comes this way and then goes the other way. So E with C, while D is with F, alternate. E to C, D to F. And they're equal. Only the internal ones are targeted, not the external ones. Though with a clue, one can get whatever is required. So D is equal to F, alternate angles. We have D is equal to F. We also have, D and F, D and F. We also have E and C. So E is equal to C. E is equal to C, yes. And they are all called alternate angles. Or alternate angles, or we've talked about F angles. We can now see Z angles. It forms a Z angles. Okay, for the alternate, I've told us that when you come from C, you go to the other side and pick E. C for E, just like D is for F. Now, angles on the same side of the transversal. This is the transversal, these are the parallel lines. The angles that are on the same side, like C and F, must add up to 180. Let me talk about that. Let me complete this statement. alternate or Z angles are equal. Alternate or Z angles are all equal. That's why we wrote D is equal to F and E is equal to C. When you start this way, it alternates to the other way. That's alternate angles. If you start this way, it alternates to the other way. Okay. I need you to see this. Another name for alternate angle is Z angle. If I had enough space, I would have just drawn a Z. This is how a Z goes. A Z. Okay, let me add. What color marker can I add now? Let me use green to draw it out. Now this looks like a Z. It looks like a Z. So Z angles are D and F, which are alternate angles, and C and E, which are also alternate angles. Z angles, whether it is drawn this way or this way or this way, C must be equal to E, D must be equal to F. Alright, which then well, D equal to E, D equal to F, and E is equal to C. Alright, we need to talk about what we call vertically opposite angles. When angles form an X, for instance, the ones that are facing each other are vertically opposite, so they are equal. So A is equal to C because they are the ones facing each other like an X. So A is equal to C, while B is equal to D. But that's not all. Let me write it down. For X angles or vertically opposite angles, that's what is generally called vertically opposite or Z angles sum up to 180. Vertically opposite angles, whether in Z angles or vertically opposite angles, are equal. So vertically opposite angles are equal. I think this should be numbered so that we can easily refer to it. Theorem 2, Theorem 3, Theorem 4. That's probably where we stopped at, Theorem 4. Okay, let's see. Vertically opposite angles. When it forms an X, the angles that are facing each other are vertically opposite. So A is equal to C, B is equal to D. A for C, A is equal to C, B is equal to D. Let's see any other one. A facing C, so B facing D. E facing G, E facing G. So E faces G. E is equal to G, and then H is equal to F. H is equal to F. So we have it all now. E is equal to G, H equal to F, D is equal to B, A is equal to C, because they are all vertically opposite, or X angles. So vertical opposite angles are also called X angles or X angles. Alright, they are all equal, vertical opposite angles. That's where we listed them. Vertical opposite angles, once you have like a cross, one on top, one below, the other one by the side, the other one by the side, they are vertically opposite and they are equal. Okay, let's see some of these practice questions. We are required to determine the value of y. This value of y, of course, this is 90 degrees. Whenever you see this sign, it means 90 degrees, and this is 38 degrees. Remember, this is a triangle. Then to find the value of x, to find the value of 1x. To find the value of this x too, maybe skip someone's mind, because this plus this plus this will give you 180. Now when you add up all the angles in a quadrilateral, 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, you must get 180 degrees, 360 degrees. So y plus 130 plus 75 plus 120 will give you 360 degrees. With that we can get y, which is 360 degrees minus this plus this plus this, to leave y all alone. Now this one has to do with vertical opposite angles, as you can see. Then you apply angles on a straight line, adjacent angles on a straight line like A and B. So we have to work out the size of the angles at A and B and so on. And then work out the size of the angle at Y. Remember, the angle at X is also equal to the angle at X here. Because for a parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal. X for X, 64 for 64. So, if we can get these two values, we take out 360 degrees. Take them out from 360 degrees. Whatever is left is for these two x's, which of course we divide into 2 to get one value of x. This one, we have to find y, and it's an isosceles triangle, meaning all the bases are well secured. Okay, this one will sum up to 360 degrees, w plus 70. Okay, for this plus the tiny one here must give you 180. So to get it, you need to read further. Angles on a straight line meeting at a point must sum up to 180. So this plus this must also be equal to 180. This plus this must also be 180. The same thing applies here. Okay, these are some practice questions. Okay, this first one, because the whole angle in a triangle is 180, so, and this side means 90. 90 plus 38, and you subtracted 180 from it. So I think what you did was 180 minus then 90 plus 38. So I think this should be correct, because the whole thing is 180. Sum of angles in a triangle, this sign means 90. Okay, so this is already 90, this is already 38. You added them together and you did 180 minus that. Okay, next one, x, and all of them angles on a straight line is 180. 180. Angles on a straight line is 180. Or do you know? This is a straight line, but what is the sum of the angles on a straight line?
180.
And they are x, so it should actually be 180 divided by 3. 3 x's. 1, 2, 3 to get the value of 1x. So what should be the answer? 180 divided by 3 should actually be 60, isn't it?
Yes.
So x is 60. X is actually 60. Maybe you made a mistake there. Okay, let's see this one. You have 48, 86, and x. All of them must add up to 180. I think what you did was you did 180 minus, then you added 48 plus 60, 86. I think that's what you did. 66. Okay, I think this should be correct. Is it? Yes, this should be correct. Okay, because everything is 180, so 48 and 86 together, add them, and then 180 minus that. All right, next, these, and then y. Everything here, because it's a quadrilateral, first side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Anything with 4 sides, it's a quadrilateral. The sum of angles in a quadrilateral is 180. Quadrilateral. So I think what you did, no, 360. I think what you did was you did 360 minus all of the rest added, 120 plus 130 plus 75. I hope that's what you did.
Yes.
Because everything will be added will be 360. It's a four-sided shape. Four-sided shape is 360 degrees. So you add the ones that are given, and it's a 360 minus the total of them. So 35, I want to believe that you did the working correctly. Then for these are vertical opposite angles. Here must be equal to here, and here must be equal to here. Here must be equal to here, and here must be equal to here. So A is 104, correct. What about B? Now this is a straight line. This is a straight line. So the whole of here and here must be 180. Or you can even say A and B. A and B is also a straight line. And sum of angles on a straight line is 180. So whatever A is, if you add B to it, it must give you 180. Or B is 180 minus 104. B is 180. Stay on the Jamboard. Stay on the Jamboard. B is 180 minus 104. Stay on the Jamboard.
I am.
Okay, so this should be 76. All right, this one, what did you get for Y? 64, good. For parallelogram, opposite angles are equal, so 64, 64. 64, 64. For the opposite angles, here and here. And this one and this one, X and Y must give you 180. X plus Y must give you 180. So I hope that's what you did. That's what you did. So X is 64 plus 16. Okay, that's 180. 64 plus 116. So to get X, you did 180 minus 64. All right, that's also correct, because x plus y must give you 180. And y must be 64. The opposite angles are equal. Okay, for this one, whenever you see this is an isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. This must be equal to this. This is this. So this place is also 74. It's also 77. So to get y is the remaining one. So I think what you did was 180 minus, you added 77 and 77. 77 plus 77 should be 154. 180 minus 154, okay, that should be 20. That's correct. Because the whole thing is 180. This sign means it's isosceles, so these base angles are equal. This plus this must give you 180. So 180 minus the two added together. Okay. Let's see. You are doing well, except for that one you made a mistake. Let me see this one. Okay, this also shows that it's isosceles. So the base angles must be equal. W, here is W, here must also be W. And since this is 82, I think what you did was you did, first of all, since everything is 180, you did 180 minus 82. And you got 98, I guess. So this W and the other W must be 98 together, because everything is 180. So I think what you did to get W was you divided 98 by 2. Because two of them together, W and W plus W must be 180. So this of W plus W must be 98. So only one W is 98 divided by 2. Okay, that's correct, 49. And this one, I see, is also a quadrilateral. These, 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is already 90. This sign means 90 degrees. 108, 125. So I think what you did was you did 360 minus all the other ones added together, 90 plus 1086 plus 125 to get this one. I hope that is, I believe you got 33. I believe you got 33. So this place is 33. And if this place is 33, that is, if this is 33, you know this is a straight line. This 33 plus x must give you 180. This plus this is a straight line, must give you one straight line at a point 180. So to get x, what you just did was you did x is equal to 180 minus 33. I hope that is 147 if you do your calculation right. Okay, this one, you have this, and then this. You could easily find here. This place, you didn't get this one. Please check what I'm doing now. The whole thing, this place, and this place must be 180. So let's get here first. So to get only here first, what you do is 180 minus 120 plus 35. I think that should be, I'm trying to get only here first, because this plus this plus this is 180. So 180 minus 120 plus 35 together, that's 155. 155, that means this place should be 25. This place is 25. This place is 25. Okay? So what's the value of y? What's the value of y? Talk to me, what's the value of y?
100 and
80 minus 25, because the whole
Yeah.
straight line is 180. Y plus 25 is 180. Angles on a straight line. I think that should be what? That should be 155, right?
Yes.
Stay on the Jamboard. Always stay on the Jamboard when you're in class, okay?
Okay.
We'll soon be done now. And so this is actually 155. We're almost done. And this one, I think you also got it. Vertical opposite angles, you're asked to find the first one, angle HGI. This is HGI, which is here. It is opposite, vertical opposite to this, so that's also 104. This is also 104. 104 degrees. So, and then the next question, so it's actually 104 degrees, you got it. Where did you solve it? That's correct. And then the next one is this angle EFG is at F. EFG is at F, that's correct. And since it is an isosceles triangle, this must be equal to this. This must be equal. How do we know it's an isosceles triangle? Because of this mark. The base angles are equal. This and this are equal. So to get this one, we need to do 180 minus 104. I think what you got was 76. I see you made a mistake. 180 minus 104, you got 76. And you divided 70. You should see these two together will give you 76. Because this plus this will be 76. So 180 minus 104 will be 76. And so to get that one, you just do 76 divided by 2. So that should be, then you do 76 divided by 2. That should be 38. Am I right? It should actually be 38. Alright. Then of course, this one, you need to find the value of here. Let me just give you a clue. You need to find the value of here. So sorry, undo. Find the value of here. This is a straight line. When you find the value of here, you can easily find the value of here, and then you get here. That's what you should do. And the other ones. I hope this one you got it correctly too. You have to look at this one correctly and be sure you got it. Okay. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much.
Welcome to Like Learning School, your premier online education platform. At Like Learning School, we are dedicated to helping students and learners unlock their full potential, providing them with the foundation, support, and guidance they need for academic excellence. Our platform caters to two main target audiences. Firstly, we work with school children of all ages, offering academic follow-up and accountability partnerships. Our seasoned tutors provide personalized attention to ensure students stay on track and reach their goals. Secondly, we support students and learners who are preparing for internal, external, entrance, or professional examinations. We offer comprehensive and well-structured support to help them achieve outstanding performance in their exams. Our robust virtual courses are designed to keep students engaged and motivated. With interactive videos showcasing our teaching sessions, students actively participate in the learning process, making education enjoyable and effective. But that's not all. We believe in personalized education. Our students have access to personalized tutorial sessions, whether online, physical, or hybrid, tailored to their unique learning needs. Join us at Like Learning School and experience a transformative education journey. Visit our website at www.likelearningschool.com or contact us at +234 808 509 5144 to learn more and get started today.